I'm here to talk to you about your second quarter book report. When you open up this document, you want to click on over here to the top right hand corner where you see like the printer icon. You click on that and it'll pop up to where you see you don't want to open it as a Google Doc because it'll look all crazy. So once you open this up, it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. For this quarter, you are going to have to do a video, but it's only 2 to 4 minutes, nothing super crazy. I'm going to give you an example today. So the directions say, read this book commercial project. For this project, you will write a script and perform a commercial persuading people to buy your book. So basically, it's just a commercial like you would see on TV, trying to get somebody to want to read that book that you read. The requirements are you have to have 2 to 4 minutes and you want to memorize. So when you're on the screen, I don't want you to have a piece of paper in front of you and you're reading like this. Okay? Just practice. Doesn't have to be anything super crazy. Practice, have a conversation with your viewers as opposed to like reading off of a piece of paper. The second thing is props and costumes are not required, but they're totally allowed. I'm all about dressing up. So if you have something you want to put on to try and jazz it up a little bit, there could be some extra credit points involved there. Once again, you don't have to do this, but it would make it more fun. Maybe you could dress up as your favorite character from the movie or from the book, whatever kind of makes you happy. Number 3 says must have factually accurate and include 3 specific facts from the story. So you must talk about 3 main things that happen in the story that are concrete. You don't want them to be opinionated. You don't want them to be like generic. It has to be a fact that happened in the story. And then number 4 is kind of optional. You probably want to plan beforehand, but I'm not going to make you turn in anything paper copy wise. This is just going to be like a video turning in that's going to be for your grade. And then lastly, have fun while you do it. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little example with the story 7th Grade by Gary Soto because we just read that. It's kind of fresh in our minds. So here we go. I'm going to talk to you today about 7th Grade by Gary Soto. This story is about a young boy and his friend who are in 7th grade. The main character, Victor, tries to get a girl to like him by impressing her. Now, there are a few different ways you can try and impress somebody, but he takes it to the extreme, and it doesn't necessarily work out for him the way he wanted it to. The top 3 reasons you should read this book are because, number 1, it's about romance. There is a boy who is trying to make a good impression on a girl. At first, he tries to scowl because his friend was scowling and realized that probably wasn't working. But in the end, he pretends to speak a different language. Can he actually speak that language? Can he not? You need to read the story to find out. And you need to figure out, do his classmates laugh at him? Do they notice? Does the teacher notice? Read to find that out as well. The second reason you should read this short story is because of humor. There's embarrassing moments in there. There's some sarcasm. I love that. It keeps me on my toes, and it just makes the story more interesting and fun. So if you like to laugh, if you like humor, you would love this story. And finally, the last reason you should read this book is because it's about school-age kids, people like you, your age. You can think about things that maybe you've been through that are similar. Maybe they're a little bit different, but I think that this is a great story for all middle school students to read. In the end, think about how you would make a good impression on somebody. Would you pretend to be something you're not? Would you try and show up a good skill or something like that? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, you should read the short story, 7th Grade by Gary Soto. Okay, so there was my brief example. I literally just made that up on the fly. Didn't really practice it, didn't plan anything out. So you should obviously do a little bit better and take more time. Here's a piece of paper where you can plan out what you want to say, or you can do it on your own paper and then present it at the end. So you can literally do this at any point in time once you finish your story. It'll literally take you probably 5 minutes to prepare it, to plan it, maybe a few minutes to practice it, maybe over multiple days, and then 2 to 4 minutes to present it.